Hi everybody, hi collective, can you guys hear me? Hi, welcome to my channel, Just Keep Swimming 1111. Focus this down here a little bit. Whoops, alright, trying. It's being a little stinker. That's gonna have to do. Okay, well hi everybody. So we're gonna do the year forecast. It's the general collective. I was gonna dive in and do each zodiac sign for the whole year. That would take me all day, guys. So what I'm going to do is give you a little peek at the end of this video per sign. And if you want to know more about your individual zodiac sign forecast for the year, you can go to my channel, well, my website, excuse me, JKS1111, and subscribe to the month of January. And you'll be able to see the 2020 forecast for your sign, okay? And that's what you're going to be able to do. You'll get to see all the details: work, career, love, babies, emotions, spiritual growth, all that good stuff per sign. But that's going to have to be on the subscription. Prescription. Yeah, it's a prescription for you, trust me. Kidding. Anyways, today I'm going to be doing a general collective. So whoever's watching, if this is your energy, you can pick up on what your year is going to look like for 2020. What's going to happen in love and life, right? Hi, everybody. Hi, Markers. Hi, Supreme Mother Earth. Hi, Sunval L. Hi, guys. Hope you're all doing good today. I'm going to be using probably a set of 3 cards for each month of the year, just to get clarity, more clarifications. So let me go ahead and pick. I know I'm going to be using my tarot, but let me see what other cards. I think I'll be using Hillary's, it's written in the cards, Tarot Love Oracles. Okay. I'm also going to be using Colette Baron Reed. And I think I will be using, I guess maybe a little more than 3. I think I'll be using the El Quay Oracle. Let me just do that. Find her book. And what other one will I be using? So I'll be using this tarot. I can't remember the name at the moment, but I don't know where my case is. If you guys know what it is, you can put it in the comments. I can't remember at this very moment, but if it hits me, and I'll mention it, but I'll be using that tarot deck as well for the yearly. All doing very, very well. Let's see, and I'm missing my book. There it is, the El Quay Oracle. Okay, so I got my 2 oracles. I may even throw in some Herb Crafter. Okay, so I guess I'll be using quite a few cards for this year overview of 2020. And I'll just look at the different elements. Hi, Soul Tribe. Hi, everybody. Hi, Ollie Blair. Okay, so first, let's just cleanse some of these cards. Let me get it all cleansed out. How are you guys doing today? Happy Monday! Last night was an intense reading, right? Gosh, so many hours. It just happens. I got that 2020 vision. Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Let's just go ahead and cleanse all the cards here. Oh, fire going on. All right, Spirit, please cleanse and purify these cards. Give me a clear, insightful vision and intuitive look into the year of 2020. What is going to be happening for the Grand Collective? What kind of energy do you see coming in? Month by month, let's take a look at the general energy of what we can expect. Okay. And I'll just give you a peek at each sign, you know, verbally as I'm going, you know, through the year. At the end, maybe it will be in the beginning, maybe it will be in the end. I just kind of have to see what the flow is as I'm doing the reading, okay? Spirit, please bless my mind. Cleanse my mind. Purify my hands, cleanse them. Give me new energy. Let me read these cards with clarity. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to start probably with the herb crafters. I feel like that would be a good start. All right, scoot these out of the way. Get some room here. Okay. All right, Spirit, so let's get this going. We're going to start with the month of January. What's going to happen in the month of January for 2020? What do you see coming in? Yes? Well, that's what's on. That's what's on. No. Oh, you want the actual toy? Yeah. Well, go look in the bathtub. See if you can find one in there. I don't know where they are. I don't even think you have a big one. You have a shark in there, though. And in your toy room, you do. In your toy room, in your box, you do have an octopus in there.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't.
Okay, hang on real quick, guys. Gotta get him situated so we can do our reading. Okay, guys, I'm back. Wish I could just restart this video, but it is what it is. Okay. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start right now with the first month of January. What's gonna come in for the collective for the very first month of January? And what is going to come in the second month of February? March, April, shoot, you guys can't see all the way down. And May. And the top is May. And June. Okay. So January, February, March, April, May, June. And let's go ahead and see what's going to be happening in July. And August. And September. And October. And November. And December. Okay. All right. Okay. So bottom of the deck so far for the year overview. And do you guys have enough light? Do you think it needs more light? At the bottom of the deck, I have 10 of Fire in reverse, which I can see as letting go of burdens, letting go of problems, okay? You guys are going to be finally releasing so much this year. The overall energy is we're going to let the hell go of whatever was holding you back in love, holding you back in career, holding you back from any old purpose you feel has been prohibited in 2019. Whatever it was, you're going to finally see the light at the end of the rainbow this year, 2020. Nothing else is going to stop you. You're ready for business. And this card actually, it looks to be a collection of things. Let me see what that is. It's like a pot with a bunch of cut up cucumbers, but I'm not even sure. Let's go ahead and see what it says. It is actually symphantum piece, whatever. Okay, I can't talk about what that is. It says it's piles of comfrey. They fill a basket on a crafting table. The leaves hang above the stove so they can dry. Peace follows an overwhelming energy. You may be overextended, and the shelves in this room are so full. Yet the crafting continues. Rest and replenish so your experiences can take root. Refresh your love of creating by releasing some self-imposed responsibilities. Comfrey quickly becomes burdensome and difficult to manage, but it will regenerate after a harsh cutting. I love it. It will regenerate after a harsh cutting. And this is what came in reverse. So if you ask me, you guys have had a harsh cutting. Am I right? Gosh, with the planetary alignments where they've been since 2014, every single one of us has been getting a thrashing and a harsh cutting. A harsh dose of reality, loss in so many shapes and forms, in relationships, in death, in business, in money. We've lost a lot of things since 2014 to now. It's been a process. It's been some of the hardest, most trying times of your life, I'm sure. And the 2019 era is ending a cycle. And isn't that just like the number 9? Talking about nearing the end of a cycle. And then the 10 begins afresh, anew. And that's what 2020 is. It's this renewal. It's this rebirth, regeneration. And so you guys are going to be working together in relationships and with other people. A lot of teamwork. And I think overall, the burdens are gone and the cutting has been done. Now it's time to regrow life. And that's the overall energy from this card. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with January. Another 10. So next month, January 2020, you have the 10 of Cups, red clover. So this is a refreshing energy. You guys, a lot of you are going to be having union. You're going to be coming into a relationship. This is a rebirth of love. This is, I'm going to actually be with someone, happy, whether you're married to them, whether you're living with them, having babies with them, just in love in general, holding hands and spending time together. This is union energy. So coming into January, it looks like a lot of you guys are going to be hand in hand with a lover, okay? And the other bit is happiness. I think you're going to be happy because you're finally free. You've released all those burdens, that 10 of Wands. Everything that was so harsh is done. It's gone. You got rid of it. The foundation was laid flat. And now you can start regrowing and building up the life you really wanted in the first place. So you're going to start off really happy with this 10 of Cups. And I love clovers. You got the 4-leaf clover and the clovers, of course. I don't see a 4-leaf clover in there, but the blossoms. And, you know, I always think of the the Bambi movie from, you know, Disney. And Thumper was like, don't eat the blossoms. Or like his mom was like, Thumper, what did your father say? And he's like, about what? And she's like, about the blossoms. And he's like, okay, I'm not supposed to eat the blossoms. I should be eating the clovers first. So the blossoms are really the treat, right? They're the dessert. And so you guys get dessert. Before your whole meal, you get to eat dessert at the beginning of your meal before the entire year is even presented or started. You guys start off on the foot of dessert. You start off being really, really happy. And just to read a little bit of it, it says, taste the nectar of deep nourishment. Serenity rises from the roots of gratitude. Compost breeds contentment. Fresh red clover blossoms dry on a sunny windowsill. A jar of flowers sits on the table, some are placed in a glass teapot. A well-loved rainbow mug holds the steaming green tea as bees visit the purple field beyond the window. Serenity is born from nourishment of the soul. Experience the joy and stability of your dreams coming to life. And as the deep taproot of red clover restores the soil underground, the bright flowers delight humans and animals above ground. When you feel refreshed, happy, and freely share your good fortune with others, you radiate peace and abundance. Red clover needs to be planted only once to flourish on its own. Trust your wishes to unfold without interference. The tea is a delicious treat as it is healing. The road to well-being can be filled with harmony, and this is good. I love it. So there you go. The seed needs to be planted once. So after your thrashing, after the cutting of your life into pieces, you plant one seed, just once. 2020, this year coming up, you're going to plant that seed and it's going to grow and flourish by itself. You're going to start seeing things manifest in front of you. You're going to start feeling so much. You're going to be in your emotions and in your feelings in January. You're going to be really in touch with your center, really in touch with your inner self, and just to kind of open up with the signs. Aries, all the planetary conjunctions in 2020 are going to be happening in your 9th and 10th house. So it's pretty general. Everything we've been saying all year is happening for you. Your spirituality is going to get a reboot. You're going to probably begin a new tradition. You're going to travel into a very far distant land, most likely. You might stumble upon it, but somehow, some way in 2020, you're going to be somewhere far, even for a moment. You're going to learn big things, do great things. You're going to be a new person, brand new, really, how do you say, like, reinvented is what I meant to say. And Taurus, this is all going to be happening in your 10th and 11th house. So you're going to be feeling some frustration with work. Prosperity is going to be given to you if you deserve it. It is going to be given to you if you deserve it, meaning good karma. Whatever's coming to you at this point, Taurus, is something that you've cultivated yourself, something you've earned since birth, and it's like your birthright. Whatever you have coming to you is what you deserve. I do feel you're going to have a lot of luck in whatever business endeavor you want to throw yourself into. I do feel that. And I think with love, I do feel like you're going to have some hurdles, but you're going to have a very big ending, a very big grounding experience as far as overcoming a hardship with someone, almost the equivalent of being married for 20 years. You have a separation for 6 months and you have like a hardship, and then all of a sudden you fall back in love. That's kind of what I see for you, Taurus, just coming back to your roots, coming back to what was once good. And then going into Gemini, let me see. Where's Gemini's going to be? Hang on a second. It's going to be in your 7th house. Now that I think of it, yeah, it's going to be in your 7th house. And so you're going to be really having frustrations with relationships for sure. And Gemini's going to be having to let go of some relationships you don't want to let go of. Gemini's going to want to be a little bit more alone at some point. I do feel like you're going to want to possibly have a pet, have another companion, make a new friend. But I see that overall your relationship is going to be transformed on a major level. You're either going to reestablish a relationship with a true love divine partner that you've been in separation with, or you're going to meet a very spiritual spouse. Someone that's going to be extremely devoted to spirit or God in some way, or some kind of spiritual endeavor. You're going to meet someone that's as into that as you are. It's going to transform you. That relationship's going to change you for good. And going in for a Cancer ascendant, let me see where yours is going to be. Yours is going to be in the 8th house, the 8th and the 9th house. So you're going to be going through some really big ups and downs in relationships. God, talk about death. You're probably going to be experiencing death of loved ones. You probably have been, actually, for 2019, from 2014 to 2019, you might have experienced a couple deaths. Because the 8th house is the house of death. And you're going to be experiencing a spiritual death also. So it's possible that you've changed your perspective on what you believe in, who you pray to, who you think highly of. You might even switch gurus, teachers. You might stop following certain people. You're going to completely end it with certain tarot readers, certain teachers, you're not going to follow the things you used to. You're going to start reading more. You're going to start getting into more researching about emerald tablets, the Book of Enoch, the hidden books of the Bible. You're going to be digging deep in a lot of ancient readings, ancient things like that. And so you're going to be really getting smart about what's real and what's not real. And then you might be getting some kind of inheritance from a grandfather or a father in 2020. I do think you're going to be seeing some of that. And either that, or you're going to be following in your father or grandfather's footsteps in some way, whether it's religious, spiritual, financial, career-wise, or even location. You might find yourself going back to your homeland or going back to where your grandfather or father once traveled. So you're going to want to reconnect with them on a deeper emotional level. And I see that for 2020, you're going to be more connected with your father and grandfather than you ever have before in your whole life. And so that's what I really see for you. I see relationships blossoming. I see transformations in love. I see people changing a new leaf, turning a new leaf for you. I see that you're going to see things through the eyes of God versus your own eyes. You're going to see things very deeply, very spiritually. And then going into Leo, this is going to be, let me think here. This is going to be your 6th and 5th house of the planetary energies. So Leo, you're going to be experiencing a rebirth as far as children. You might be experiencing having children, giving birth to children, getting closer to children, getting back in touch with long distance. children. Maybe they lived far away, now you're going to move closer. You're going to be learning such big lessons about being a parent. You might even want to go back to school, or you might even accidentally be relearning your youthful school because of children. Maybe your kids are in high school or junior high or elementary or something like that, and you're having to help them with their homework, so you feel like you're going back to school because you're having to relearn everything. Leo, I feel like you're really into your kids' education and into their daily things that they like to do, their hobbies. You're going to get them into sports or some kind of a hobby, and you're going to be a big part of it. You're going to really push them forward. I also see you being a teacher. So for the Leo ascendant, I really feel like you're going to be a teacher in some way, shape, or form to children, to youth. You might even be a youth leader. You might find yourself mentoring younger people, even if they're not, youth, but maybe teens, young adults, preaching and teaching to them for sure. And you're just going to be a role model in your community, and I think you might even speak out for kids in some way. Maybe it's even just in the voting booth, but maybe it's louder than that. Maybe you're going to start a program. Maybe you're researching on how to start a program for the youth, but I think you're going to be driven there. I think you're going to be into that for 2020. And I do think you're going to go through some kind of a health spell. You might have a violent upswing and then a downswing with your health. Something shocking could surprise you. It would be karmic. It's something that you brought in this life in your chart. And so I feel like you're going to be like, Jesus, Steph, I was doing really good, and then all of a sudden my knee went out. Or I found out I had a cyst on my kidney and I had to take care of that. Or I had a hernia. Or maybe you find out you have arthritis. Maybe you find out that maybe you're pre-diabetic. Something like that, where you thought everything was fine and then all of a sudden, poof, not fine. So that's a concern. I think you're going to get a handle on it, and I think you're going to conquer it. I think you're going to learn a lot about your health, and I think for Leos, you're going to be really into what you put into your stomach, into your body. I think you might be wanting somehow to quit eating meat for a time. I don't know why, but I think you just might. You might go through a spell where you just don't want to. You want to detoxify in some way. And so that's going to be something you might be interested in. I do see a lot of Leo ascendants probably buying juicers or some kind of juicing where they have like their meal in one. You got the spinach, the fruit, the vitamins, throw it all in there, and that's my lunch. I do see Leos doing that with the ascendant and what's going on with the planetary movements in their 6th house. That does have a lot to do with health. I also see Leos having to face some kind of a court situation for 2020. I don't know what it is. It could be for your car. It could be for kids. It could be for something. It could be for work. Whatever it is, you're going to be in court in 2020. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying I see you there. You might even be going to school to be a lawyer yourself, but you may be speaking to a lawyer or a representative in some way, okay? This might even be a field that you're interested in doing, okay? You're going to be driven there, and you have some karma related to the courthouse that needs to happen in 2020 for your life to move forward. And you will be learning a lot from that, okay? Even if it's your kids that maybe end up in trouble or a young one that you love, maybe a brother that's a young one or a sister, you're going to be going with them. You're going to be doing something involving you being in the courthouse, even if it's just changing your name. I do feel a lot of Leos could be changing their names in 2020 for whatever reason that is. Maybe it's marriage. Woohoo! Maybe it's divorce. Maybe it's just your child is taking on your name and they didn't have your name for a long time. Something of that nature. Anyways, let's move on here quickly to Virgo. What I see 2020 for you. So that would be Aquarius and Capricorn. Hang on. Let me think real quick here. This is going to be happening in your 4th house and your 3rd house, the planetary transits, and how that's going to affect you. So yes, Cancer, you're going to be having this in your 4th house, mostly. Your 3rd house might also be occupied in some way in this because of Jupiter. Okay. But what I see really happening for you is you're going to have some big transitions in your home, in your family. Holy crap. So, Cancer, you might even change where you live. I'm thinking that you may definitely move into a new house, go to a new location. I think you're going to be in the same hometown or same city, same state, something like that, but I just see you moving in 2020. I do see you also getting how do you say, like, a more strict schedule and regimen for you and your family in your home. So your children and you are going to have a rigorous schedule. I think you might already in 2019 be getting your calendar pre-filled out for what's to come. And you're one of those people that are all of a sudden going and getting a little planner to put in your purse or like something on your counter where you have it like right in front of you where you're keeping track. And yeah, this is Cancer Ascendant. That's right. And don't tell me I got stuck again, guys. Oh God, after this announcement, I will continue. I'm sorry. Oh, why does this YouTube doing this to me? Anyways, it's frozen. I know, right? So I think that you're going to be hanging on to what you have with your family. I think you're going to get closer to your family than you've ever been before. I think that you're going to be karmically going through some very rough transitions with your parents. Maybe you're taking a different role. It's almost like you were once the eldest, now you're the matriarch or the patriarch of the family. You're taking on this position of authority in your family. I do feel that you're going to have to move forward on your own a lot. I think you're going to be very independent. You're going to be the head of the household. I do see that relationships are going to want to find you. You're going to have some exes coming back trying to reignite something with you. You might also have some new interested people. So I see that you might be dating a lot and communicating a lot. I do think that if you have younger siblings, you're going to reestablish a better relationship with them. So that's going to be nice. I think you're going to get closer to family than you've ever been. And it's because you're maturing. You're taking a step up. Okay? And so I really just think that this is new for you. And it's a little scary, but you are stepping into a dawn of a new era. You're filling somebody else's shoes. I don't know if you're filling your mother's shoes, you're filling your father's shoes, you're filling your grandpa's shoes, your grandma's shoes, but you're filling up somebody else's shoes. And you're going to kind of take on that role for people. So be prepared for a little rebellious energy from your children or loved ones. They've never seen you in that mature energy before. They're a little bit shocked, but they're going to get used to it. You're going to be stepping up into the light. You're getting control of your house. You might even be purchasing a house for the first time, getting that first mortgage. You might even be buying multiple houses. Because Jupiter is such an aspect there, you're either going to have a very large house or you're going to have 2 or 3 homes. And that would be like a real estate investment. Okay? You're finally going to be getting your financials and your affairs in order. There's going to be some family quarrels, but there's going to be resolution. All in all, I see this is a real new dawning of a new era for Cancer. This is something you've never experienced in this existence, in this lifetime. This is literally you stepping out into a fresh, brand new skin of who you are. This is transformative. You're going to look in the mirror and almost not recognize yourself. You're going to have some facial changes. Whether your hair changes color or your nose looks different or your face just looks different, you're going to be looking at like, that doesn't really look like me. I feel like I've changed. So you're going to be seeing this change and it kind of scares you. Maybe you're going to be saying, I look more like my dad. I look more like my mom. I look more like my grandma. You know, I've had a shift. You're going to notice that. You're going to notice your food has also changed, your taste buds. And you're going to start feeling like you have a different craving for different things that are pretty unique. Your appetite is also going to start to lessen. I think you've had a very large appetite lately in 2019, but in 2020, you're not going to eat as much. You're going to start watching that. And so you might even lose some weight during this time. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to come back on so we can stop being frozen. And I'll continue as I go along with the cards with the other signs, but I'll see you in a second.